The canning secrets they never told you, unlocking safe, confident home preservation. Imagine opening your pantry and seeing rows of vibrant jars, ruby red tomatoes, golden peaches, crisp pickles, hearty soups, and rich broths, each one sealed with the satisfying promise of flavor, safety, and self-reliance. There's something deeply empowering about knowing you preserved that food yourself. It's not just a hobby, it's a skill that connects you to generations of people who relied on their own hands, their own knowledge, and their own kitchens to feed their families. Today, you're stepping into that tradition. Whether you are brand new to canning or looking to sharpen your skills, this lesson will give you the confidence, clarity, and excitement you need to preserve food safely and successfully. By the end, you'll understand not just how to can, but why each step matters. The purpose and power of home canning. Canning is one of the oldest and most reliable methods of food preservation. At its core, canning is about creating a sealed, sterile environment that prevents spoilage and stops harmful microorganisms from growing. When done correctly, it allows you to store food for months or even years without refrigeration. This makes canning a powerful tool for reducing waste, saving money, and building a pantry that reflects your tastes and values. But canning is more than a practical skill. It's a way to take control of your food supply. It lets you choose the ingredients, avoid unnecessary additives, and preserve food at its peak freshness. It also gives you the freedom to create flavors and recipes that store-bought products simply can't match. Every jar becomes a small celebration of your effort and your connection to the food you eat. Understanding the science behind safe canning. To be able to can safely, you need to understand the science that makes it work. Food spoilage happens when microorganisms, bacteria, molds, and yeasts are allowed to grow. Some of these microorganisms are harmless, but others can cause illness. The most dangerous is Clostridium botulinum, the bacteria responsible for botulism. These bacteria thrive in low-acid, oxygen-free environments, exactly the conditions inside a sealed jar. That's why following proper canning methods is not optional. It's essential. Canning works by heating food to a temperature high enough to destroy harmful microorganisms and then sealing it in an airtight jar. As the jar cools, a vacuum forms, creating a tight seal that keeps new microorganisms from entering. But the temperature required to make food safe depends on its acidity. That's why canning is divided into two categories: high-acid foods and low-acid foods. Water bath canning, perfect for high-acid foods. High-acid foods naturally inhibit the growth of botulism bacteria. These foods include fruits, jams, jellies, pickles, relishes, and most tomato products. Because they are acidic, they can be safely processed in a water bath canner, which heats jars to around 212 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to destroy molds, yeasts, and most bacteria. Water bath canning is often the first method new canners learn because it's simple, accessible, and doesn't require specialized equipment. A large pot with a lid and a rack is often enough to get started. The key is to ensure that jars are fully submerged with at least 1 to 2 inches of water above the lids. This ensures even heating and proper sterilization. Even though water bath canning is straightforward, it still requires precision. Processing times must be followed exactly. Jars must be properly prepared, and recipes must come from trusted, tested sources. When done correctly, water bath canning produces beautifully preserved foods with bright flavors and long shelf life. Pressure canning, the only safe method for low-acid foods. Low-acid foods, such as vegetables, meats, beans, broths, and soups, require a different approach. These foods do not naturally prevent the growth of botulism bacteria, so they must be processed at a much higher temperature. A pressure canner is the only tool capable of reaching the 240 degrees Fahrenheit needed to destroy botulism spores. Pressure canning may seem intimidating at first, but once you understand how it works, it becomes a reliable and empowering method. A pressure canner uses steam and pressure to raise the internal temperature far beyond what boiling water can achieve. This ensures that even dense foods like potatoes, carrots, or meat are heated thoroughly and safely. Understanding your pressure canner, whether it uses a dial gauge or a weighted gauge, is essential. Each type requires different monitoring and adjustments. Regular maintenance, such as checking the gasket and testing the dial gauge annually, ensures accuracy and safety. When used correctly, a pressure canner becomes one of the most valuable tools in your kitchen. The importance of altitude adjustments. One detail many new canners overlook is altitude. As elevation increases, water boils at a lower temperature. This means that jars processed at high altitudes may not reach the necessary heat levels unless adjustments are made. Water bath canning requires longer processing times, while pressure canning requires increased pressure. These adjustments are not suggestions. They are critical for safety. Even a small underprocessing error can create unsafe food. Knowing your altitude and adjusting accordingly ensures that every jar you preserve is safe, shelf-stable, and ready to enjoy. Essential equipment for successful canning. While canning doesn't require a kitchen full of gadgets, having the right tools makes the process smoother, safer, and more enjoyable. Canning jars are specially designed to withstand repeated heating and cooling cycles. Lids should always be new to ensure a proper seal, while rings and jars can be reused if they remain in good condition. A jar lifter helps you safely move hot jars in and out of boiling water. A funnel keeps rims clean and reduces spills. A bubble remover helps release trapped air that could affect sealing. Clean clothes are used to wipe rims and ensure a tight, secure lid. Each tool plays a role in maintaining safety and efficiency, avoiding unsafe and outdated methods. Over the years, many unsafe canning methods have circulated, often passed down through family traditions or outdated books. Techniques such as oven canning, open kettle canning, dishwasher canning, or sealing jars with wax should never be used. These methods do not reach temperatures high enough to kill harmful microorganisms and can create a false sense of security. Modern canning relies on science, not guesswork. Using tested recipes from trusted sources ensures that your food is preserved safely and consistently. When it comes to canning, better safe than sorry isn't just a saying, it's a rule to live by. The joy and reward of a well-stocked pantry. There's nothing quite like the satisfaction of seeing your shelves filled with jars you preserved yourself. Each jar represents time, care, and knowledge. It's a reminder that you took control of your food, honored tradition, and created something meaningful. Canning is a skill that grows with you. The more you practice, the more confident and creative you become. Whether you're preserving summer's bounty, preparing for emergencies, or simply enjoying the art of home preservation, canning offers a sense of accomplishment that few other kitchen skills can match. Thank you for taking the time to learn, grow, and invest in the art of safe home canning. Your dedication to doing things the right way, with care, curiosity, and respect for the science behind the process, is what sets you up for success. I'm grateful you chose to spend this time with me, and I hope this lesson inspires you to keep exploring, keep creating, and keep filling your shelves with jars that reflect your hard work and passion. I can't wait to see what you preserve next.